Welcome back to another video, and there's a reason I'm looking a little bit cray-cray right now, and that is because we're going to be doing a full face testing video. I went shopping a couple of weeks ago. You'll have seen it on my channel. I did a beauty haul from Primark. Really wanted to do a full face of Primark makeup. I've never done that before, and there was lots of new goodies that I picked up that I really wanted to test out for you guys. So just to save a little bit of time, I have already done my eyebrows off camera, and that's because I don't have any brow products that are from Primark. I couldn't really find anything that took my fancy, so I've just used my usual combination of the Revolution Pro and the brow coat for my eyebrows. Then I've done this eye off camera. I'm going to continue on and do this eye now, but I just wanted to do that just to save a little bit of time. So let's just jump right in and get started on this eye. So I'm going to be carving out my eyebrows, and I'm going to be using the Primark PS My Perfect Colour liquid concealer. This says it's a medium coverage with vitamin E and aloe vera, and I got the shade Porcelain, and I have to admit I really liked this one. I applied it on this side of the eye. It seemed to apply really nicely as a base for my eyeshadow. So all we're doing here is just patting the product onto the lid, and I just like to drag it out so it's all the way across the lid right up to that brow bone. To get in really precisely underneath that brow, we're just going to take that brush, the very flat edge, all the way up along the edge of that brow. And I just like to make sure that that concealer is nice and evenly laid across my brow. I also like to drag the concealer up to the edge of the brow. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the excess powder that's left on my brush, and that is the Glow and Ray powder because I don't have a Primark powder, and just pat that onto the lid to set that concealer in. Now I've primed the eyelid, I want to go in with the PS Metallic Eyeshadow Cream, and this is in the shade Damson. This is this really pretty metallic purpley pink shade, and I just want to take a little bit of this on that flat brush and pat that out, and then we'll blend that out with a blending brush. These eyeshadow creams are very intense. They dry down to almost a powder, but they're really easy to work with, and they're a really nice product, and they do so many colours. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that off the back of my hand on a fluffy brush, and we're basically just going to fluff out where we've just placed down that shadow around the edges, just buffing it out in circular motions, just how you would place a normal eyeshadow down. Do take a little bit of working with, but once you get them working, they're very easy to blend. You're just buffing out those edges really, so you haven't got any harsh edge. Right, so now that's done, I'm going to cut my crease. I'm just going to go in again with that Primark concealer. I'm just going to do what I usually do and just place that concealer to cut the crease. That, I'm going to be going in with one of the PS eye pigments, and this is in, it doesn't have a shade actually. This come in a pack of 3. You got this one, a bronzy shade, and a golden one. This is more like a rose goldy colour, so I'm just going to be taking this, but they do loads of different eye pigments. I'm going to take this on a packing brush and just pack this onto my lid. I'm also going to spray a little bit of their Glow fixing spray just to dampen that brush because it makes pigment stick nice. And we're just going to place this, pack this on top of where I've popped that concealer. Their pigments, honestly guys, if you've not tried their pigments, I swear down, they're absolutely incredible for the money. I'm just going to go in my waterline with one of the Pixie eyeliners. I didn't have a Primark eyeliner. I only have the cat liner, like the black liquid liner, but I couldn't find any of their crayon liners. To be fair, my Middlesbrough shop doesn't stock a massive range of their Beauty, so I'm just going to do this in the waterline, and then I'm going to go over the top of that with the pigment that I've just popped on the top of the eye. So now we've done that, I'm going to go in with some eyeliner, and I'm going to be using their Tulip Tip eyeliner, which says this is tulip shaped tip for thick or thin flicks, and I have to admit I'm pretty impressed with this. I am really fussy with eyeliner, and this was actually really nice and easy to work with. I did really enjoy it, and it's a nice black as well, you can see on this eye. So I'm just going to do a cat flick along this eye as well, and it's quite an interesting, I'll just show you the tip. So can you see how it's like fat and then it goes thin, so it makes it easy to create whatever type of wing you're going for. I really like this, and I'm really interested to see what it's going to wear like, if it's going to bleed, because I do really like it. And to be quite honest, I'm on the hunt for a new eyeliner to replace the Bourjois one when mine runs out, because I can't get hold of it as readily as what I could before. And to be quite honest, it's not bled on this eye, so I am really really impressed with that. For the price, you really cannot fall off. Now I'm going to curl my eyelashes and go in with the Lash Contour 3D Curl Lengthening Mega Volume Mascara. And this has got the most interesting brush. So on one side it's like a comb, and then on the other side it's flat. It's the weirdest brush, but I actually do quite like this mascara. I was impressed with it on the other eye. To be quite honest, I'm not the best person to test out mascaras because I have pretty shit lashes, to be honest. That comb's really nice to get in and like really target your individual lashes. The problem with my lashes is they are very long, and they're not bad lashes, they just don't curl very well. I love this for your bottom lashes. I really like this mascara. I think this would be really good for someone who has good lashes. Right, while that's drying, I'm just going to go in and trim my lashes. So I've got the PS 3D Iconic False Eyelashes. These come with eyelash glue and they're only £2. Now the only thing that I will say I did notice about these when I was applying them on the other eye is the bands are a little bit difficult to apply. They are that type of band where they're quite stiff, so they do tend to like lift off. If you're not someone who's used to applying false lashes, you might find these a little bit difficult. So I would definitely recommend these lashes more to someone who's used to applying falsies, because I think if you're not, you'd have an absolute nightmare. So what I'm going to do while I'm just waiting for the eyelash to dry is I got these and I thought these would be interesting to try out. So these are the Prep and Perfect Glow Skin Priming and Cleansing Wipes. So you can actually use these makeup wipes to prime the face for makeup application, because they've got skincare benefits in them, like rose water, which is really good for dehydrated skin. They're supposed to be a primer for the skin as well as using them to remove makeup. So I'm just going to use one of these to prime my skin. I find that a really interesting concept actually. That pigment doesn't fall out very much, I must admit. Some pigments do fall out quite a lot. I really like that idea. I don't know how well it's going to prime the skin or if it'd make the makeup last any longer, but I do really like that idea, and it's super easy, especially if you're someone who's on the go and you just want something really quick, because it's nice because you're cleansing your face as well as priming it, which is really good. So you're doing like a 2-in-1 step. So I'm just going to, now this eyelash should be dried, I'm just going to apply this eyelash and then we can move on to the base. Do you just lift quite easily, these lashes? Quite difficult to place down. That will do. I do like them though. So for my base, we're going to be using the PS My Perfect Colour Double Coverage Matte Foundation, and I believe this is the one that's supposed to be the dupe for Estee Lauder Double Wear. So this one's £5. It's in the shade beige. I'm not sure if I might have got this slightly too dark, but I have tan, so it might look alright with tan. Might just be a bit of a shock to my system because I'm so used to using the Revolution one, which is like bang on my colour. But to be fair, if I put that Revolution one on with my tan, it would look silly, so this might be a nice match. I'm just hoping it doesn't oxidise too much, because if it does, I'm knackered. But if I really like it and it's the wrong shade, I'll just go out and buy another one. It's not an issue. The only downfall to this straight away is there's no pump. It does come in a bottle, but obviously you're only paying £5 for it. So I'm just going to, I don't really know how much of this I'm going to need. This might not be too bad with my tan. It's probably going to be okay if it doesn't oxidise. So it's not as thick as what I expected it to be. It's not too bad a colour actually, as long as it doesn't oxidise. It's blending out quite nicely, and it is covering well as well, because I have like quite a lot of redness in this area and it is covering it. So it isn't as full coverage as the Revolution one, I would say. Definitely not, because when I put the Revolution one on, it straight away, I've got a few little red spots here and it straight away covers them, and where this isn't covering them as much as the Revolution one does. But that's not to say it's not a good foundation, it just means it's not as high coverage. So I definitely don't think this is as high coverage as what Double Wear is, because Double Wear's like cement for your skin. I don't know whether I like it or not, but I can't tell yet, because you have to let it sink into your skin for a little bit, because this is what I was like with the Revolution one, and I absolutely love the Revolution one, so we shall see. It does build, and on first impressions it's not as full coverage as what I was expecting and what I would like it to possibly be. I don't know, we'll see what I think once I get the rest of my base products on. But it's like picking up areas where I'm quite dry, where I don't normally have that issue with my other favourite foundations. So I'm going to go in with the PS My Perfect Colour Liquid Concealer and just conceal and highlight the places I usually would. So under the eye, I do love the applicator on this. It's a really nice, easy to use applicator. So let's just blend this out, because I want to see what this concealer's like. Well, that blends out really easy. That concealer's super blendable and does blend out like very easily. And then let's do under the eye. So I'm not hating my base now I've got that concealer on. So I'm just going to set that in place with my usual Glow and Wear setting powder. I don't have a Primark setting powder, so I'll just go in with this. So I'm just going to quickly go in with my bronzer products. I don't have anything from Primark, so I'm just going to go in with my usual combo, which is the Howe bronzer and the Protocol, and then we will be going in with a Primark highlighter that I really want to try out. I did find that a lot of their base products, like in terms of like bronzers and things, like it might just be in my store, there wasn't a lot of choice. And like the blushes, there was about 2 blushes which were like completely the wrong shades for my skin tone. The only thing we really had in terms of like powder products was the highlighter. They didn't even have like a pressed powder for setting your makeup. They only had like a powder foundation, which on top of this full coverage foundation I thought would look very cakey. So now I'm going to go in with the Brunch Club highlighter by Primark. They do these in a range of like stunning colours. There's rose gold, there's a really gold one, there's a silvery one, there's this one, like there's so many. I'm going to take a little bit of the Glow setting spray. I'm just going to pop this on one of my fluffy highlighting brushes, and then we're going to go in and highlight. She's pretty. That's the one. This is probably a little bit more silvery than what I would normally go for, but there ain't no denying that that is bomb. Easy to blend out, really pretty. Yeah, that's so pretty. Yeah, I like that highlighter. And then we'll put some on the Cupid's bow. And I'm also going to take some and put it on the brow bone and the inner corner. And I just did it on the brow bone this time. I'm really happy with that highlighter. I'm going to just go in and set this all in place with the setting spray, and then we're going to apply some lipstick. So I'm going to be using the Glow setting spray by Primark, obviously, and then I'll let you know my little rundown of all the products and what I thought. So we'll just give this a spritz. I do that every time. I leave my mirror open and end up with it covered in setting spray. Now that's really refreshing and is definitely glowy, but the only issue I've got is I hope to God it doesn't dry on my face like that, because if it does then I'm going to have glowy dots all over my face, which I'm not a big fan of. So I've had to just go in. You might not have been able to see right, but there was like little dots all over my face where that glow mist sat. That was so weird. You can still see it on my cheek here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on camera or not. See my phone, right? See how it's got all these speckles on? That is off that glow mist. So that's exactly what that has done to the top of my makeup. It's literally left all of these little speckles all over my face, which is really weird. I'm just going to have to be very careful with that and definitely spray it from a distance. Right, so now we're going to go in with lipsticks. I've got the Liquid Matte Day to Night little lip kit here. I think we'll go in with a nude lip. So this was £4 and you get 4 little mini matte lipstick. And I've also got a Primark gloss that I can use. So I think we'll go in with this nude lipstick and then put the gloss over the top. Let's go in with this lipstick. It doesn't have a shade name because it's in a little pack, but I'm going to pop this on, then I'm going to pop a gloss over the top. Ooh, she pretty. These smell like vanilla buttercream. Wow, nice applicator. Oh, I like that shade. That shade's actually really pretty. So I'm just going to get a gloss and pop a gloss over the top. That's drying down. I think these are like a bit of a semi-matte formula, so they're not like super drying. It's not gone like cakey or anything like that. It looks really nice. I'm just going to apply the PS Beauty Universal Lip Luminizer on top of this, and this is called Game Changer. This looks like it's supposed to be a dupe of the Fenty Gloss Bomb. Very sparkly. Oh, I like that. It makes my lips look really juicy. I'm just gonna get changed and we'll be back in. So guys, this is the finished makeup look. I'm not 100% on a couple of things I just want to have a little run through. I basically just want to run through those all those products that we've just talked about and tell you what I love, what I'm not keen on and why, basically. So we'll start at the beginning with the eye look and the eye products we've used. So I love the metallic eyeshadow creams. I think they're absolutely fantastic. I've got them in loads of different colours and I just think they blend out really, really nicely, and I definitely recommend checking your Primark for these. I also think the eye pigments are absolutely fantastic. Again, these come in a number of shades and I really, really want, in fact I want to buy more of them because I just think they're very, very impressive for the money. The eyeliner, I do really, really like this as well, and I will definitely continue to use it. I like the mascara as well. I think this Lash Contour mascara is fantastic and will definitely continue to use it. It's not the best mascara I've ever used, but I do really, really like it, and I think for the money you really cannot fall off. Then the lashes. Now I like these lashes. I think they're super pretty, but I do think they're quite difficult to work with. I think they're good value for money, but I think if you're someone who's new to lashes, they are going to be a little bit difficult for you to use because the bands can be a little bit hard to work with, and they do tend to, they're not very flexible. So I've found on this eye it's not sat quite how I want it to be sat, and they need a little bit of work. But if you are someone that just wants a quick, you know, you just want a nice pair of lashes for a night out and you don't want to spend a fortune or break the bank, then I definitely recommend trying them because they are amazing value for what they are, and they are very, very pretty. They're just a little bit hard to work with. Then the concealer, I actually really like this and I do want to continue to use it. I like the way it's blended out, and to be quite honest, it's not really creased, which I'm happy with. I mean, it's creased in the way that my normal collection concealer does crease, but I'm actually really impressed with this. I didn't expect to like this as much as what I have, and I definitely want to continue to use this and see what I think about it. The Brunch Club highlighter, it really impressed me. I do really like the way it sits on the skin. I don't think this shade's necessarily my shade, but I do want to check out their other shades because I think for the money this is absolutely fantastic. It's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it's very, very intense for what you pay, and I just think it's a really lovely highlight. Then I'm not going in any particular order now because I don't know where things are. Then the Glow setting spray, I thought I really loved this, but I'm not sure about the way it leaves that sort of residue on top of your skin. I think I maybe need to spray this further away, or spray not as much of it, or I just need to play around with it a little bit. But for me, I wouldn't want you to sit there, do all your makeup, get a really, really nice look going, and then ruin your makeup with this because you end up with little speckles all over your face. I mean, even now I can see little speckles on my face and it's starting to irritate me a little bit, because as someone who's spent a long time doing their makeup, I wouldn't want to ruin my makeup with this, if that makes. I like the idea of it and I do want to try other setting sprays from them. I'm just not sure about this one. Then we've got the Glow Skin Priming Wipes. I love the idea with these. I think they're super easy and super convenient to use. My skin got along with them. I didn't have any breakouts or anything like that, or any irritation, because sometimes I do get irritation from makeup wipes, and I just think you get 50 wipes for £1, you get a twin pack, and they're just a really nice idea, so I would definitely recommend these. Beauty Universal Lip Liner, lip gloss in Game Changer. This is a no for me. As I'm talking I can feel it sticking, and my lips are sort of sticking together, and I can feel, yeah, it's just not, I don't like this. It's one of those glosses where it's very gloopy and I can see the little strings when I'm talking sometimes, and I don't like that. It's irritating the shit out of me. I really like these liquid lipsticks, and I definitely recommend these little packs where you get, they're £4 for 4. They're a really good price, really nice product, and I do really, really like them, and I definitely recommend checking these out. I'm the donut that forgot to talk about the foundation. I don't hate it. It's not the worst foundation I've ever used. It isn't a bad foundation, to be quite honest. I mean, for £5, what do you want? But I still prefer my Revolution or my Kat Von D to this. Obviously Kat Von D, you're talking upwards of £30, so it's a completely different price range, but for the money I will definitely continue to use it. It's not something that I hate and will never use again. I just want to play around with it a little bit more. It's just maybe not as full coverage as what I'm used to, because I do go all out normally when I go full coverage, but I just wanted to update you on that because I totally forgot to mention it earlier on. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please make sure you've subscribed if you haven't already, you've got your notification bell switched on, and you've given this video a thumbs up. I really appreciate that, and I shall see you in the next one. Thanks.